Oh, thank you, Mike. Each year, the Alumni Board and the Board of Trustees of Eureka College recognizes the successes and professional accomplishments and heartfelt support of the alumni of our college, support of our alma mater by special individuals in our community. It is our pleasure to publicly recognize these individuals at this time. The Outstanding Young Alum Award is given to an exceptional alum of the college who has demonstrated outstanding achievement in their profession and service to their alma mater and community within 15 years of graduating from Eureka College. This year's recipient is Kouri Marshall. Kouri is a native of Peoria, Illinois, and graduated from Eureka College in 2005, where he obtained a bachelor's degree in communication. Kouri's favorite memory 'neath the elms was being the first African American to be elected homecoming king in our 150 years of history there. Like our most famous alum, Kouri said, "I am certain that many of the good things that began in my life came from Eureka College. Eureka has shaped me as a leader." I think a lot of us can say that. Kouri now resides in Washington, D.C., where he is a political staffer. He is currently the campaign manager for the Democratic female activist Anita Bonds. Kouri has served as District of Columbia State Director for Obama for America. He directed the campaign efforts in the district, which included managing over 35 organizing fellows, 16 neighborhood teams, 5 college campus teams, and working closely with the D.C. Democratic Party. Kouri has even shared the stage with First Lady Michelle Obama and Vice President Joe Biden in campaign events. Kouri has previously worked on Capitol Hill and on targeting congressional races. He was the youngest member of the Illinois delegation elected to sit on the floor as a voting member of the 2008 Democratic National Convention. He also formally served at the Truman Project as Regional Field Director for South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and Illinois. Kouri was recently named to Washington Life Magazine 2012 Young and the Guest List. This is a list of DC's most influential movers and shakers under 40. Kouri completed his master's degree in public administration at Southern Illinois University, Carbondale. It is with great honor that I get to present this award to Kouri. If you could step forward.
Good evening. Good evening? Good evening. Let me hear you. Good evening. Thank you. One of the college's outstanding faculty members presented the question she talked about was it the 5K that you all just had on campus? And so I told her that I am preparing for a 10K in Washington, D.C., a 10K, the Capitol Hill 10K, which I completed last year successfully. And I'm an avid runner now. I like running. As you can see by my college photos, a little something has changed. I was looking at those photos like, wow. I spent a lot of time at the Commons. It is an honor to be here. First, I'd like to thank 2 superpowers who, if it were not for them, I would not be here. One is my Lord and Savior, God, and 2 is second to him, my mother, Angela Robinson. You can stand up. Thank you. It was President Reagan who stated that everything good in my life began here at Eureka College. And no matter what your politics are, they did say that I worked on President Barack Obama's re-election campaign. No matter what your politics are, I sincerely believe it without a shadow of a doubt that everything good in my life did in fact begin at Eureka College. And it's because of folks like Professor Rhea Edge and Dr. Lauren Logsdon and the late Judge Greenberg, who was my academic advisor, who I don't know if he encouraged or forced me to change my major from political science to communication. I am so very glad that I did. Those folks really did shape the world that I am able to live in today. Mr. Morris always talks about American opportunity. And I think that there's a small part of my life is a shining example of Eureka College being the embodiment of an institution that does reflect an institution that respects American opportunity, that a young man who grew up in a single-parent household in Peoria, Illinois, just a few miles away in a housing project, could one day become the state director for the president's re-election campaign in the nation's capital. That same young man would then go on to give field pitches and warm audiences up before the president would take the stage, that same young man would keep our nation's first lady company backstage, and that same young man would joke with Vice President Joe Biden, and doesn't he have a, you all know. None of this would have been possible without the way that I had been forged, the way that this college shaped me. Eureka certainly prepares its students to compete at the highest levels. You know, I work with tons of folk who went to Harvard University, a lot of people who are alums of Yale, but I am always reminding them that there is no place like Eureka. And to all of my friends who went to places like Mr. Morris's alma mater, George Washington and Georgetown, there are just not too many colleges in the United States of America that have produced a president of the United States of America. And this institution has. So thank you so much for this honor. I am humbled. I am so very thankful, and always reminded that everything good in my life began at Eureka. And for that, I am thankful and will continue to run this journey that we call life with this spirit of excellence, good character, and respect for all citizens who live in these great United States of America. Thank you so much, and I'm happy to be home.